Ladies and gentlemen, I got a special one for you tonight. The man, the myth, the legend, Steven Prinsloo back in the house, fresh out of Ukraine, back with us. My brother, how are we?
Good. How are you, bro?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
More importantly, I mean, where do we start with you, man? Where do we leave it off?
Our last conversation was after surgeries. The next one's coming up, and going back to battle. So,
So, what exactly have you gotten done surgery wise so far?
so I'm pretty much done with all my surgeries after the injury. I've had the reconstructive surgery done. They took some bone from my hip. Um, so I pretty much have my ass in my face right now. It's kind of weird. Yeah. So
Oh,
I got that done. The only next thing is just teeth.
gotcha.
So
How you feeling?
yeah, I feel good.
Yeah,
Um,
you
yeah.
got a positive attitude. You got a smile on, man. That's a start.
Yeah.
I'd be a miserable motherfucker, dude. Anything to do with my mouth, dude, I bug out. I hate the dentist.
That's why I started drinking that much, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. Okay, so I mean, last we talked, man, it was getting pretty kinetic for you, man. We talked about a couple of firefights with Spetsnaz, with different sections of the Russians, and how you were doing with it and what you were seeing over there. Um, where do we even start, man? Because I know we talked offline a little bit about maybe some drama behind the scenes. What you got to understand, we're in America, we're in the United States. What we know is what we see in the media, and as you can tell, the media is a shit show, dude.
Yeah, of
So
course.
if you could maybe take this chance to give the truth out a little bit, man. Try to put some truth um into what we know. Just try to tell us what's really going on, bro.
Like, in what way? There's a lot of aspects, like as like what we feel on the ground is, being here, and what
More
politics are
so
saying, and what
so as
actually.
Americans, we see a bunch shitload of money going over there. We don't know
Mhm.
where it's going. And also we hear rumors that Russia's kicking ass. I mean, and honestly, how could they not, dude? They got the bodies. They got the
Yeah.
money. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're not, that there's something wrong. I mean, but not to say that you guys aren't good scrappers or good fighters or anything, but it that's how it appears to us. So honestly, just give us what you're seeing on the ground, man. You guys were you winning engagements often, or were they pushing through? Were they pushing you guys back? Who's getting more KIA? That type of deal.
So right now there's like, it's like it's kind of a 50-50 from both sides about who's pushing where and what's happening. But like if we're down south, I would say, like more like the next region and that stuff. Ukraine has been like holding really good and making progress, but also taking big casualties, as offensives do. Up east, like Kupiansk, where I was like part of the offensive last year. So where, for example, where I was injured, all of that has been like pretty much retaken, and they're pushing hard in that area.
Really?
Yeah. Um, the Russians are like they're doing pretty heavy work that side, to be honest. Um, they have been slowed down due to like bad weather, like snow and mud and rain and all that bullshit. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like very static if you look at the whole front line. It's a little. The Russians might take about a little bit here, and the Ukraine takes a little bit here. So it's kind of 50-50. I think it's going to be like that for the next, I'd say, at least month until everything's completely frozen. Um, yeah,
What do you see really happening, dude? I mean, do you see this being a long, drawn out thing, or
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I figured.
fuck yeah,
Yeah, okay. What
yeah.
what what communication are you getting from your leadership to the ground? Like what are they even telling y'all?
It's bare minimum, to be honest with you. Like it's kind of weird. Like ever since the start, it's like your direct command would be like really honest with you. but their command, like the battalion commanders and stuff like that, it's always like, oh no, it's fine, there's nothing there, and when you get there, it's all shit show.
Fuck. And I can imagine being a ground pounder, how that affects
Yeah,
you. I mean, you go there expecting something, and if it's a shit show like you're explaining, I can only imagine. Um, I have so many questions I want to ask you, dude, and it's just like I don't know. Give me from your mouth or from your point of view what you think needs to happen, or what I mean. Are you? What's really your beliefs, dude? What do you feel about this situation? Do you still feel like Ukraine is the innocent weak guy that's getting picked on by Mother Russia, or do you view it differently?
you know, I would say they are definitely still like the minority in this sense, but the way that they like all the support and stuff gets used on the front, if I can play it that way, it's not what it could be. Yeah.
Does that mean that these that's lining someone's pockets and you guys are getting the bare minimum? And how could they be that selfish though? How could they even be thinking about lining their pockets while they're in war? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like I don't want to say anything, bad,
no, I hear you.
but yeah, it's like like a lot of like I like commanders and stuff here would be like, oh, we're going to battle, cool. We're like, all right, we need these rockets, we need this, we need that, and they'd just be like, no, you don't need it yet. It's like, bro, we fucking need it right now to go do this. Um, but it's like I don't know if it's because like higher ups are like withholding, like like resupplying ammunition, like heavy weapons and that stuff, or it's like might just be the battalion commander. Oh, just go so that they can do something else with it. I
So
mean, who the
almost
fuck
like
knows?
they want you to fail.
Uh, kind. It's like I wouldn't say it's like like I've been in some meetings where like we're like planning like a really big offensive and stuff, and the commanders would just be like, "Oh, this is what's gonna happen, Bubba," and they have like ex SF guys that actually know what the fuck they're talking about. Would be like, "Yo, no, we need to do it this way," and it's kind of like that old Soviet mentality that's still like stuck in their minds. They're like, "No, this is what we're doing. This is what's happening." It's like, no, you don't have the bodies to throw that way.
I kind of, I
If
kind
if
of,
if if
I
that would
kind
make
of look at
sense.
it like how Afghan was for us, dude, because we got into so many situations where we could have fucking mowed through the Taliban, but they were just like, oh no, 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 we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna go over here and do that.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
tomorrow, maybe next week.
and then everyone's gone. Yeah, you know what I mean? I guess that's everywhere, bro. I
Yeah,
mean, unfortunately, the people that run this shit are politicians, and they don't have
unfortunately.
the same bandwidth that we do. Okay, so tell us what what's the situation for you now, man? Where do you see yourself?
So right now. I'm not on any contracts. I'm pretty much getting out of this place, to be honest. After the injury and stuff, just been being pretty much fucked around with trying to get into new contracts and trying to get back into scraps. I mean, I was on contract for a while and again, and then like with different units and different
Can you
sections of the
explain how
army.
that works? How like contracts work over there? So what, you sign like a 6 month uh what
So
contract
the
with
contracts
a
are.
specific unit, or
Yes, yeah. So like if you sign with like SS like special forces or you sign with big army or that kind of stuff, all the contracts for foreigners as far as my knowledge goes is they're all a fixed term, let's say 5 years, 3 years or whatever, but you can leave whenever you want. You can break contract whenever you feel you want to, but the same goes both ways. They can break contract with you when they feel like it.
gotcha.
Like if you're a total shitbag, they can just be like,
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha,
get
gotcha.
the fuck out.
So
Yeah.
what's the pay like, dude? Are they jerking you around? Is the pay not getting to where it needs to? Are the guys on the ground not getting paid?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's weird. Like, some units get paid the full money every month on time. Others get paid like the base pay, and then they get dicked around for a few months. I mean, like, I haven't been on contract for like 2 months now, and I paid this month for like pay that I didn't. You know, it's
Really?
like, yeah,
So then
like if you they might pay you a few months later, but you do somehow add up. Like it all accumulates. You know?
so what's the morale like, man? What's the morale like for the Ukrainian infantrymen right now?
I would say for Ukrainians, it's kind of like what I've seen is like it's not the best, but they still have hope. You know. Um, but it's like it's different for every unit, every AO. You know. Like for example, the guys that have been in trenches for like 6 months right now, like for them, they're just like fucking, they're so broken down and we're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
hit by artillery and bullshit the whole time. And then you get the fresh guys in, and they're like, oh, they're all hyped up. So it's like, it's kind of,
I got you. And it must
it's
be
very hard
somewhat
to
different. It
elaborate
must
on
be
that.
somewhat different too, because dude, this is their homeland. This is where they live. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really have the option so much to even worry about morale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's trigger time, baby. Like it's kill or be
yeah.
killed. Like it doesn't
Let's
matter if
fucking get
you're
some. Yeah,
motivated or you're not motivated. The fucking arty's coming. You need to do something. So I can
yeah,
understand that. Um, I'm just more so interested in what's really going on, dude. And I know you got to be careful about what you say. Um, but I mean, tell us a little bit about what you think should be happening, or what maybe some things that fell short that could have been done differently on y'all's end, or just give me your opinion, man. I want to know what's inside your head. I mean, I don't want you to be shackled by my questions. I want you to kind of just open up a
yeah.
little bit.
Like I would say fucking like ever since the Kharkiv offensive, which like a lot of guys I spoke to, like they were saying it was very like Western planned. Like, we had momentum and we pushed where we needed to get, and they were like, fuck it, we got it, let's keep going, you know. And that worked really well, and it actually got Ukraine a lot of, like ground and stuff. But ever since then, it's like the offensive their plans is like, oh yeah, it's let's just throw some people at this, It's not like we're
Kind of
hitting it and we're
half-assed.
fucking hitting it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
kind of like I mean, I wouldn't say half. I would just say it's like the planning behind is like, oh, we're gonna go fuck this town or the Russians here. All right, they do it, but then they don't reinforce it, for example, to hold it. I mean, I'm not saying
Gotcha.
it's like because every
Gotcha. Gotcha.
situation is
Gotcha.
different,
Gotcha.
right? They might take it, but
they
the
don't
logistics
put
behind
as
it,
much
it's just not there.
logistics or manpower into holding it as they did to take it.
Exactly,
Gotcha.
exactly,
Now, what is
exactly. It's
that?
like
Is that because they don't have enough people, or is that shitty planning?
I would bring it down to shitty communication between, like, well, not communication, coordination between units and stuff. That's what I would blame it on. I mean, like,
Gotcha.
most of the times I've gone out, like, we barely had any radios like, only the TL would have a radio to, like,
That's it.
battalion or whatever. And that's it. Like, no one would be able to
Oh
talk to
boy,
anyone.
that's a
Like, if he
creepy
loses the radio,
situation.
you're fucking, you're in the dark, bro. So,
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure you got some boys still out there on the lines, man.
I do. I do.
What? Maybe give a message to them, man. What's something you want them to know? I mean, one of the
I'm,
things that is the hardest thing for me is leaving some guys behind that that I got close with, or that I banged it out in certain situations with. That's some of the hardest things to do, bro. Maybe
Yeah,
talk to them.
I'm in contact with all the boys that are like still trying to get in, but most of them are like they're in the same way. They're just being dicked around,
Really,
and like I mean, they haven't been here for that long. Like I have, for example. It's like they still have that. Oh, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week we'll get into something.
they
But
still have hope, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
slowly diminishing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been I've just been burnt out with all that bullshit, man.
How much time do you have in country over there?
I got here on the 4th of March, lost in 2022. So I mean, like in 2 months, I've been here 2 years. So
Wow.
yeah.
Kind of like stepping back and like looking at the whole thing from an outside perspective. Are you happy that you did it? Are you happy that you went over there? Do you feel like you
Fuck
accomplished something?
Fuck yeah. I
Yeah,
don't regret anything about coming here. I mean, I fell in love with like Ukrainian people,
really.
but
Talk to me
I
about
kind of
Ukrainian people.
it's different. You get like it depends where you are. If you're like more eastern, like suburbs, like close to the front, a lot of them are like very pro-Russian. Which is expected, like expected, you
Isn't
know.
that an
Like
odd situation though? They're
it is,
pro-Russian,
bro.
but they
It really is. It's fucking like you live like in a village, like renting some house from a guy, like for like $50 a month, for example,
oh wow.
and like it comes out like then you'll find other people in the village, like you know, some will like bring you food and like we're like thankful for you for being there, and the others just like look at you and just be like, "Go fuck yourself," you know?
That's how Afghan was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird how that works because honestly, well, Ukraine is a country divided. I mean,
Yeah.
a quarter of it is pro-Russia because they're close to the Russian line,
Uh-huh.
and other people are Zelensky loyalists that are pro the government and what they're doing to protect Ukraine. But I don't know, man. There was a time when I was at the height of all my fighting, and I kind of like just sat back, and I was in country still, and I was just sitting back, and I think it's at the point that you're at right now, and it's just like, what the fuck are we doing? What is really going on? Like,
Exactly, bro.
so many things are ass backwards. The things that I thought that I would accomplish on a grand scheme level didn't happen. A couple of buddies died, and it makes you. It has a certain does something to your head, dude. I don't know what it is, but for a while there, dude. And I know this sounds ridiculous. This sounds crazy. In Afghan, I thought I was the bad guy for a little bit, dude, because the amount of
Yeah.
people that I would talk to, like they're just stuck in the middle of a war. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
talking to the civilians over there is because in Afghan, a lot of them would be loyal to the Taliban. Some of them wouldn't be loyal to the Taliban. They'd be loyal to us. What does Ukraine civilians think about America? Think about Americans.
So in a way, like for example, like the only like because I speak English, right?
You're
Like
American, pretty
every time
much.
you speak to like a like yeah, like English, like every time you speak to civilians, oh Amerikanski, like no, I'm not fucking American, bro.
Eh,
And that's like they, you know, it kind of depends who and where you talk to them. But like it's kind of weird because like the villagers, as soon as they hear English, they're like, "Oh, America is here to help us," you know. But the other ones are like, "Oh, you speak English? Fuck you, you're American," because they're pro-Russian. If that makes sense.
no, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
What do they think about us like pumping money over there? Are they like appreciative of that, or they honestly they don't see it? You know what I'm saying? So what the
I mean,
fuck do they care?
civilians don't see it, but like, I mean, like a few times we've gone into battle and like we've like liberated some towns or whatever. Like civilians would like cry when they see foreigners. They like just
Really?
break out in tears. They're like very thankful. But other times, if they hear you're a foreigner, they'll just be like, they would just look at you kind of like a go fuck yourself look, you know.
I got you.
But I I'd say like civilians are like here are like very thankful for like the Western support. The ones that are pro-Ukrainian, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Um,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So tell me, what since the time you've been there, what was the I don't know, defining moment for you? What was maybe one of the more intense moments that I don't know, maybe made you think a different way about being over there, or maybe made you look at yourself a little bit and be like, what am I doing here? Or I don't know, maybe, so what describe it to me because usually they're pretty significant.
Like I would say I've had a few of those moments, to be honest. You know, like we're like in staging areas ready to go to battle. We're like,
Mhm.
oh, we're leaving in 6 hours, you know, wheels up, pack your shit, let's go. And then we're like already like all psyched up and like, no, maybe tomorrow. It's
Hurry up
like
and
what
wait. Yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like exactly, hurry up and wait, you
I
know?
don't miss that.
Oh, it's so dumb. I hate it's like the one thing I hate about the military, bro.
I'm glad that it's not just here. I'm glad everyone deals
No,
with that.
it's everywhere, bro. Like
Yeah.
I mean, like my My direct commander was he was Ranger Battalion, Third Rangers. He was in Iraq and stuff. So he's been around the block.
Gotcha.
And he's also like, as soon as we're like ready, he's like, "All right, boys, we're going!" Like, "Fuck yeah!" And then he's like, "Oh, it's another hurry up and wait moment."
So
Yeah,
have you ever got the opportunity to give you the reason I asked this? When I was in Afghanistan, I got the opportunity to interrogate some Taliban through like an interpreter. But I got the chance to talk to them and get in their head a little bit and just see what they thought, how they, how they perceived what was going on. Have you talked to any Russians?
yeah, I
What
have.
where's their heads at, bro?
Well, I didn't talk to him personally. I was just in like I was in the vicinity to.
Yeah,
It's very different. Like each unit you encounter or each fucking POW you take, it's all very different.
some are
So all in their heads,
killed, and the
like
others are like,
some of them are like, "Fuck you, Ukraine," like and others just like, "I don't want to be here." They're like
Mm,
crying, "Please just take us prisoner because we don't want to go back." It's
gotcha.
it's very like every single person is different. You know,
Huh.
yeah, it's like I mean, like those guys who were fighting when I got injured in the face, they they were like, "Fuck you, we're not surrendering, we're gonna fight, let's go."
Huh.
So it's like, all right, let's fight then, motherfucker.
Very well.
Let's go. And they're like,
That brings out a
all,
certain
all
beast in you.
all respect to them for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck
The
yeah.
fact that you can do that right there, that shows me you're a real warrior right there. Because that's how I felt about the Taliban, bro. If you can,
Yeah, it's like,
if you want to go out on your shield, I'm right there with you. I'll bring you there. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I respect that though, because not a lot of people can do that. There's some people in the Marines I've seen cower down in certain engagements like that. So, so when you see something like that, it brings out a certain beast in us, and I can respect that at the end of the day.
yeah. No,
But
it's like those specific guys we encountered in like the CQB thing was like, we were like, "Oh, we have it surrounded, like give up." They were just like, "Nah, we have enough ammunition for 40 minutes. Ask us then." It's
wow,
like, you know what, balls, bro. Fuck yeah, let's
damn, of
go. Like it almost made it fun, Like, fuck
course,
yeah, these
of
guys want to
course,
go. I want
of
to
course.
go.
See,
Let's
that's
get it.
why people think we're crazy because we
Yeah,
say shit like
we
that's
are.
fun, but only people like us would understand that.
Yeah.
Um, Okay. So, dude, what the fuck do you think Putin's gonna do? You think Putin's just gonna keep pushing? Because he's old. All we can do is speculate. Like, what the fuck is
I
Putin
think
gonna
Putin
do?
needs to sit on a dildo and check himself for not being weird.
Boy, I don't want the KGB coming after my podcast, bro. Is the KGB even a thing anymore? Isn't it like
Well, yeah, I mean, fucking, I can, I'll send you the link. Fucking, some Russian businessman put a hit on me and like all the guys that were involved in my fight.
come on? That's
Yeah,
wild, dude.
I don't care. What are they gonna do? You're gonna fight me? Okay, I'll fight you in civilian life too, bro. Fuck
Facts.
you.
Facts. So what's the plan? The plan is to come to the States?
Well, so like, yeah, I got a fiance now. She's from America or whatever, but
Hey,
gonna,
congrats. Congrats. I'm happy for you. How'd you
thank
guys
you.
meet?
I met her here in the war zone, to be honest.
What the fuck is she doing over there?
She's making a movie, a whole documentary about the war here and stuff. Yeah,
That is badass.
yeah,
Are you in it?
yes, of course.
Of course. Of course. Well,
Yeah,
I'm happy. I'm happy you found a girl, man. That's awesome. I'm happy
yeah.
to hear that. Seriously,
I mean, to be honest, if I didn't meet her, I'd probably just be on the suicidal path. Just go straight up and just go fuck shit
that's
up.
what happens. That's what happens, dude. Honestly, I've been there, bro. I can understand that completely. Honestly, a good woman is what you need. Will set you in the right path every time.
Yeah.
So what's um give me some goals, bro. I mean, are you gonna anything specific you want to get into, or what's the next move?
I mean, for me personally, like I'm probably gonna try and go back to the front at least once more, even without a contract. I don't care. Just go on one last banger before I leave, or like able to leave. I'm just waiting for visas and that kind of thing, and then settle down in the U.S. But I'll always somehow be still like involved in stuff like this, like contracting or somehow because
Absolutely.
it's I mean it's what I know, it's what I'm good at. So
Dude, it's a shitty life, honestly, dude, because you're the man over there. Like, I'm so confident in the environment that you're in right now. But when you come to like the real world, it's like,
Civilization.
oh
It's like, oh
fuck.
fuck, this is
Yeah.
nerve-wracking.
Yes. Seriously, dude. It's a
Yeah.
it's a mind fuck.
Like honestly, like since I've been off contract here and just been in the cities, and I get so like I feel agitated the whole
Yeah.
time. I'm just like, fuck,
Yeah.
this is it's not good for me.
For some reason, the things that are worse for me is traffic and then going in places that only have one way in and one way out, and
Yes,
that you're
exactly.
crowded. Oof.
It just gets to your
Can't do it,
backbone.
dude. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Like the one thing that gets me like ready from being in the cities here is like walking around, like seeing all these like fighting age males here that are just like having their drinks, just like
Doesn't
oh,
that bother you, dude?
bro, that it drives me nuts. It's like no wonder your country asks for foreign help because you're
No
doing
shit.
this, and you're sitting here.
How can you
It's like,
even do
oh, you're
that? How can
smoking
you
and
even
drinking your
do that when
tea.
that's going on, dude? Like
I
that
I don't know, but as soon as like if I've had a few drinks and I walk around and see, I'm like, what are you looking at? You fucking go fight your own war,
yeah,
you
yeah,
dumbass. You know?
yeah. That's this generation, dude. A lot of people don't feel like they need to fight or, support their country.
Yeah,
But they'll be the first person to chastise it and yell about, oh, it
yeah.
sucks over here. I want to leave. It's like
Maybe it sucks because you're being an idiot and just drinking
facts,
your tea while there's a war going on, bro.
facts, facts, definitely.
So, fuck.
Um, well, what else do I want to ask you, man? I don't know. Give me some. Give me what towards after our last podcast. Did you actually go back out to the front?
Yeah.
Okay. So how was that compared to how it was before when you took some shrapnel to the face?
So, like the missions I went on, like I went on some mortar missions with the 120s, which was pretty fucking cool. It's the first time I ever shot big mortars like that in combat. It
Yep.
was wild.
Fucking loud as
We
shit, right?
well, like so my ear protection, like it barely touched my ear on the helmet, and I was like, it's not gonna be that bad.
Yeah,
And I
so you're
dropped
deaf
it, I
now.
went bang. I was like, "Ee!" Like
Oh yeah.
motherfucker.
Have fun have fun with that for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Tonight is here I come.
Yep.
And
All right.
yeah, that was fine. There was like I think we dropped like 15 rounds at them. Blew up a mortar position in some like ammo depot. That was pretty cool.
So
Um,
what's the majority of the fight right now? Trenches up north and then pushing down. Like, is it completely surrounded?
so it like each area was very different about like the whole like how the actual zero line looks. Some places have like a gray zone of like 100 meters. Some places have a gray zone of 2 kilometers. It's
Gotcha.
it's very different. For example, if you look up east, like in the Kharkiv, just like in Kupiansk,
Yep.
there it's bad. I mean, I got friends that are up there, and like they call me, they're like, bro, the Russians push hard every day at
Really?
like, the positions. Um, but the one thing that's been saving them is what do you call it? The fucking cluster munitions have really been saving them. As soon
Cluster.
as the clusters come in,
Yeah.
the clusters have been fucking them
Those are
pushing.
those
I mean,
are
obviously,
badass,
infantry.
dude. I've been
I
seeing
am
a lot of
scared.
them
Like
on
I
on
was hit once with a
Instagram.
cluster. I was hit once with a cluster, and I've never cried like that in my life. I was like, oh
What
fuck, oh
exactly?
fuck, oh
What
fuck.
exactly? When a cluster opens up, is it just the shell exploding, or what exactly is
Yeah,
it
bro.
pushing out?
To be honest, I don't know because you hear
Huh.
like if you hear it from afar, you hear the initial boom, and then boom, 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 boom,
That's
boom.
what I'm saying.
It's like
Yeah, it's
if it hits you,
huge.
you honestly don't know what hits you. It's just multiple explosions, and it's wild.
So what do you think about the Northern Pipeline there, dude? Is that what do you think? You think is that Ukraine special ops or what?
I don't know. I don't know. To be
I
honest,
bet I,
I
I
really
bet
don't
you
know.
know. I bet you know. Um,
I've seen a lot of like the reason I'm saying I don't is because like I've met a lot of people like, oh, we're special forces, and like I just look at like how they do things and like like even just like
no,
rounding.
you're not.
I'm like you look like a conscript that played too much Call of Duty, bro.
Facts. There's a lot of that right now, dude.
Bro,
A lot of
and
people like that.
that's the fucking one thing that I think has been coming down to like affecting like actual foreigners that have like military experience and like know what they're doing, is the fact that so many foreigners came here with stolen valor. Like,
Talk
oh,
about that. Talk
we
talk
were American special forces.
open up about that a little bit. Talk about how you see stolen valor over there.
Oh, right. It's bad. I
Well, first of
personally
all,
know
first off, tell us what stolen valor means to you. What is it?
to be fake soldier that steals someone else's gold. Your sick mind that it's okay for you to like take their identity. That's what I would say.
So basically, it's someone that like either has a friend or knows someone that was in the military, and they kind of steal their story. You're going in and out, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can hear. It's the signal's dropping. I don't know if it's mine or yours.
So so what so what you see a lot of that over there? People that like think they know what they're doing when it comes to combat and
Oh,
they test themselves,
way,
or
way too much. I mean, for example, the one guy that we were like, oh, he was like, oh, I was Marines and bullshit. I was all right, and like he was Marines, but
not
only for
he's probably
82
like a
days.
cook or some shit.
Um, no, he was in Marines for like 82 days.
Oh, really?
You know.
One of those.
Yeah, and yeah, one of those. And anyway, he was like, "Oh, Marines." And we're like, "Oh, cool," because no, I was with the all Western, like mostly American and like British guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was the only like outsider from that perspective. Like coming from a non-British or American background. And we were like, oh, so we were like, cool. We went to the range. We zeroed our rifles, at 25 meters, just getting groupings with the things. And I just looked at his gun. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? But it looks like something from a PlayStation game, how his gun looks, bro.
Bro, to give you, I had a scenario like that, right? I had this we were doing a right before a deployment, we were doing right our gear inspections, right? And we got this new
Body
grunt.
checks and stuff.
Yeah, we were doing this. We got this new grunt, right? And I guess he was I don't want to say too much because he'll know who I'm talking about. But he was a pallbearer. He was like a big guy that would hold the caskets. It's a certain job in DC that they do, and I
Paul
forget.
Bear,
Yeah, but he, he thought his. Do you know what a 203 is, right?
yeah.
He thought that was an NBG holder.
You mean, this one?
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep. Oh, that's hilarious.
Put that back there.
That's funny. So, okay. So you're waiting for a visa. Is it I don't know, man. It's hard for me to envision what you're going through right now, dude. So,
To be honest on that, I'm still not fucking completely sure what I'm going through, to be
right?
honest, because like I
Yeah.
still haven't like completely assessed everything what I've gone through here, because it's all just been so quick, fast
Yeah.
paced and bullshit, that it's just yeah.
You
I'm still
won't till like later, dude, when you're like actually in a place where you're safe and you're like, "Holy fuck, what the fuck happened?" Like when you're finally like able to look at yourself and be like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Because when I think of it, when I was in doing shit like you were doing, dude, it's just so fast paced. Things happen so quickly. You don't even have time to like be like, oh, self reflection is just not something you can do at all.
yeah. It's like it's kind of weird. It's like as soon as I'm like by myself here, and like no one around me, and like I'm just like, what the actual fuck am I doing?
Yeah, exactly. So have you been in contact with your parents?
As I told you, my mom's deceased. I don't talk to my dad. We don't have a really
Gotcha.
good relationship.
You close with your family at all? Anyone in your family?
Yeah. I talk to like my grandparents. Talk to them.
Good, good.
My uncles. I'm
You think you'll go back
with
home at all?
them
You there, brother?
a lot. Bro, I'm too scared to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Why
So
wouldn't you
what I
go?
was saying is I'm because they like I said I was put in the newspapers there, you know, and South Africa has very close ties with Russia.
Are you serious?
Oh, big time, bro, big time.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, I think it was in February of this year. Fucking the Russian fleet was there, and like civilians were able to get on like the Navy ships like as tourists and bullshit. Oh yeah,
Wow. So what,
yeah,
they label you as a terrorist or some shit?
yeah. Oh fuck yeah, they do.
Oh my God.
Like, oh, I'm such a. And actually, the worst part is the newspaper article picture they used of me. I'm sitting with an M4, an RPG, and with a cigarette in my hand. Like,
Perfect. Nice.
yeah, like,
Uh,
oh, I'm not a terrorist.
oh shit.
Yeah, so
Isn't it crazy? I mean, do you see it at all from where you're at over there, the amount of disinformation that is flowing around?
oh, bro, 100%, 100%. I see it.
What
It's bad. I mean, like my friends would call me from back home and be like, "Yo, we see Ukraine took this. Were you part of this?" I'm like, "Bro, that happened like 6 months ago. What are you talking about?"
honestly, I keep saying this every podcast now, but when I was in the Marines, I was always told that warfare is going to evolve. Warfare is going to evolve. And I always thought that was going to be like robots, AI.
Oh, it's here, bro.
But my point is, I feel like warfare evolving is disinformation now. That's how wars are being fought, bro. They try to overload the media with disinformation so the masses think that they're the bad guy and we're the good guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't hear you, brother. I can't hear you at all.